Okay. Ugh. Last time we tried to do this thing crashed. So, yeah. Anyway, Walmart employees share what they wish customers knew. February 28, 2022. 11:33 a.m. EST. Because this thing actually not only crashed, but the whole blasted thing froze up, so I had to take out the battery. Yes, I have one of those ones that I could take out the battery out of. Because, you see, that's one of the things as well that you don't realize before I get into this article. Let me explain something about phones. Is that if it's all sealed up and, you can't shut it down, that's another thing I've forgotten all about, but, yeah. What if you just need to reset it and you can't? Because the power button's not working. And no matter what you do, it won't shut off. It won't even bring up the whole thing. But it's another reason why to have a back on it. And as well as not only that, but if you need to replace the battery, you can instead of just replacing the whole phone. So a bit of a deal about that as well. They had told me they were trying to get rid of 3G and all that, except for 5Gs. Trying to go to 4G or whatever it up, and that's it because for internet. But I have, like I said, I don't really care, but there's got to be a better way to do this. I mean, so what if they have a tray in it, but they got to make it easier on somebody? I mean, seriously, it's ridiculous. No, trays are stupid anyway because here's the thing: every time you try to put something in a tray, it can fall out. That's what happens when you try to put out. I mean, not something, but a SIM card. Almost never hardly have any problems with. Um, hey, damn it! No. Other cards, SD cards, or whatever you call them, the ones that you store stuff on. Almost never hardly have any problems with that. Anyway, so moving on. This thing actually went back on time on me again to January, but this time the 21st of last year. Instead of the 1st or whatever, it went to the 21st. It's getting bloody annoying. Anyway, who's ever worked in retail and can tell you that customers can be both vital parts to your success and the bane of your existence. You may be helping a sweet old lady with her groceries, or you may be trying to deal with an irate woman in baggy sweats trying to haggle for imaginary deals in a place that serves nearly 240 million customers alone each week. Yeah, it's just it's just dizzy. Just did to you. Employees at Walmart from the daily counter to all the way to the electronics department are no strangers to dealing with customers with both good and bad, with 16 million associates in the USVA Walmart. Walmart employees have a pretty daunting task of doing their job and keeping their customers satisfied. I hate to break it to you, but it's not just retail. Okay? That's with any job. Security job, janitor job, because people like to take advantage of janitors. Oh, God, my fucking. Ah! Anyway. So, so yeah, and it's not worse because you're in retail. I hate to break it to you, but it's not worse. It's no more worse than being in janitor or security or any other job that has to deal with people like that. Even personal life is not worse. I hate to be that way, but it's not. They're all equally the same, on the same level as being bad when you're dealing with people. Like, you don't know how many times I've caught people being so rude, and I've said, you know, I'll be an irate customer, or whatever you want to call it. And when people start just dumping trash out here and whatnot, that is taking advantage of or anywhere, taking advantage of them. That's not cool. Well, it may be their job to try and keep things clean, but it's not right to dump a bunch of trash all over the ground. Like, it's okay, somebody's going to clean it up. Well, in the meantime, that thing could be sitting there for freaking weeks. Unless people just throw it out there. I've seen this too. It's okay, somebody will come by and pick it up. In the meantime, it's been sitting there for freaking weeks, weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And nobody has picked it up. Lots of times the stores are down, closed. So in the meantime, you try to find a parking spot and, it's all full of trash. Gee, I wonder why. Because you are that one of those people who put a bunch of trash out there. It's okay to put some trash, but don't be dumping a bunch of trash out there for them to deal with. That is not cool. Okay? Don't be doing that on anybody's property. It's not the house you have to worry about. And sorry that sounds so wrong, but I'm having problems right now with my back. Will you go away? While customer training read this part. While customer training and motivational exercises can help, or at least supposedly help, you, a intelligent employee of Walmart, deal with an irate customer. There's nothing stopping you from. There's nothing stopping from you wishing that you could just keep that angry Karen in the checkout line or obnoxious know-it-all in the older parts section out of the store, and your life to begin with. Straight from Walmart workers themselves, here are some tips that you should do well and to remember the next time you pay a trip to your local superstore. Walmart employees wish you knew these simple rules. On the subreddit r/Walmart, employees of the titular store gathered together to share one very specific desire. What did they wish customers of Walmart knew before they came in? The original poster expressed in their desire for customers to understand that the website isn't always accurate, that even if the website says they have something in stock, it's either not there, not lost, or probably stolen. Their second wish was that customers stop trying to get expert advice from them, stating that just because they work in a department doesn't guarantee they'll know what exactly the customers talk. Okay, here's one of my things I have a problem with. Okay, yeah. Before I get onto that, I agree with that. Okay, that's not always going to be there. It's not always accurate just because it says it's there. Believe me, even the things you read on the website, like if it says it's $1 or something. I mean, there's nothing wrong with asking about it. There's nothing wrong. Nowhere says you can't ask about this, but so there's no prices. Is like, okay, like seriously, I literally looked this up online and said $1 and something for the lumber I was looking at. Okay, but when in actuality, that is not what they had in stock. They had I think like $5 or $6 worth, and yeah, it's not gonna be there just because the website says there all the time. But there's a lot of times that there is. I just have to disagree with it. It could be there, but anyway. Okay, so another thing that advice about is depending on the department. Like, okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, I disagree. I'm not going to sit here and I think it's dumb for a person to work in a specific department and you ask them a related question to that department that has to do with that department and nothing to do with, say, by the way, how do I have sex? This is an example. I'm not saying you would say this or somebody should go say this. But the point that I'm trying to make is it's not about the word. It's about like, okay, and they should know, what aisle it's in or whatever, where to direct you to. And half the time, sometimes they even do this. They'll deliberately mislead you, like, yeah, it's over there. Or if you look all the way, go down there, you can't miss it. Instead of leading you to it, which is fine, I get that. But the thing of it is that, they'll deliberately do that because I have been told that it's there, and then someone else will say that, no, it's over there. I mean, and I actually find it over and where it's the other one said it was that instead of the one I talked to before that in another department. Whatever. It's dumb. What's dumb as well is like, like I could there's this guy that works there. And I had briefly mentioned that. I was like, the dude works in the electronics department, okay? And he knows nothing about electronics, or anything of what you're talking about. So if I was talking about a computer in their store that they have, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Not a bloody thing. This guy eventually gets, I guess, some more knowledge, but he's still not a person I would ever speak to ever again. I'll be nice to him, but I'm not going to go up there, because I'm telling you right now, I don't care who in the hell you think you are, all right? If you're going to work in the store, in a specific store department, if you have to make it like that, then by God, you need to know about everything in that section, and you need to know about other sections in the store. I mean, and I don't get why it's not people's job to know the prices of things. Because why do you have to ask the customer what the price is? You should know the product. Or if nothing else, then scan the product. Seriously. You should scan the product then. So sometimes customers don't even pay attention to the price. They just bring it out, and because there's people who do, and it's supposed to matter anyway when they're gonna charge you instead of what the price says. Like, okay, the price could be like $1.99. I know you probably won't see that these days. You would have a long time ago. And I mean a long time ago. Anyway, that's what they said was expensive. Well, they say about what expensive is. I don't even know anymore. But anyway. Yeah, well, anyway. They're going to charge you instead of what's on the price that much. And not only that, but they don't even tell you what the taxes are on there. So a lot of people don't even care. They just go up there, they pick it out, they just go, okay. Or they might look at it and say, okay, this is a good deal. And then they bring it up, and all of a sudden, it's $20. For what? Why am I paying you exactly $20, even if it's close to that, for these two items? It could be costing me, I don't know, $4, $8. I mean, the only time that should ever happen, is if they want to, or they absolutely have to because, but it actually should be done. It's like with Domino's and the pricing. Yeah, I think they are kind of overcharging, but let's not go there. I don't want to rehash over the past there. Not everyone who wear a vest who wears a vest works in the department you need assistance in, especially when they're visibly wearing a hairnet or an orange knit vest, said user Expendo. So, because of an employee that doesn't work in that area, but they're in the area anyway, just, whatever. Just because the Walmart in your hometown in Potomac, Missouri carries product X doesn't mean all Walmarts carry it. Which is a bunch of user employee and Cowboy Jones. Screw you, Jones. It's because we work at Walmart doesn't mean we know everything about every department at it. User ecstatic. I don't know every inch of the store. I legit stand at a register all day, said another employee. While this may paint all interactions between Walmart employees and customers as hostile, it's important to remember that kindness begets kindness. At Walmart in Arkansas, threw a surprise party for a beloved 104-year-old customer in 2017, being a wide open country, probing that as long as you are kind to them, they will be kind to you. Well, that's what I always try to do anyway. But it doesn't necessarily mean anything either. You can still have rude employees or rude customers or both. Next up, 12 canned foods you should never buy from Walmart. If you have ever binged zombie apocalypse movies, then you might know that a common trait. I don't know, that don't make no damn sense whatsoever. Anyway, no matter the main characters or where they're camped out, is a large stash of canned food. Thanks to the format, most canned food. That's Sorry, thanks to the format, most canned food has a much longer shelf life than other consumable products. Canned foods are also super convenient when you don't have the energy to prepare and cook an entire meal from scratch. The variety of options is large too, including vegetables, ravioli, and even canned bread. One of the greatest attributes of canned food is that most products are inexpensive. According to Fox News, shelf life varies with acidity. Ugh, I can't even say that word. So high acid foods like tomatoes last about 18 months. That's crap. Although acid foods can be stored up to 5 years, no matter what grocery store you go to, you'll find a wide range of cheap canned products to purchase, and Walmart is no different. As one of the largest store chains in the world, it is only natural that they have a huge offering of canned foods, of many of them delicious to serve at any mealtime. However, with all of the excellent options, wow, my voice is a little harsh today, there are bound to be some not so good outliers. To help you out, we're highlighting we are highlighting, would have made more sense there anyway, 12 canned foods you should avoid the next time you go to Walmart. Now, I can agree with sometimes shortening your words. I do see that making a difference, but sometimes it just makes more difference to just spread it out too. Anyway, number one, Del Monte fruit cocktail and heavy syrup. Okay. The first can you should leave off your shopping list. Del Monte fruit cocktail and having a cold, colorful cocktail is a fun and refreshing drink to have when out with friends, but that's not the kind of cocktail you'll find here. Del Monte's fruit cocktail is a can mix of fruits such as cherries, pineapples, peaches and grapes. Peaches and grapes is when and pears, which are all coated in heavy syrup. The website describes the product as ideal for a fruit snack, side dish, or fruit salad shell recipe, and it is branded as heavy, having no preservatives. Even though it doesn't have any preservatives, Del Monte will have to Forgive us as we try to preserve our taste buds. Baloney! While this isn't the worst of the worst, there are much better fruit mix options that you can find in stores or even make yourself. You're sure some people like the canned fruit, but other reviewers didn't enjoy the product and experienced problems such as dented cans or an increasing amount of stems in the cans. In our Walmart, while this product may taste good, you might not find it worth the hassle. Baloney. But anyway, Progresso light beef pot roast soup. Who doesn't have a who doesn't love a hot pot roast? If you try the canned version and don't feel the same, we don't either. Oh, cool baloney! Progresso light beef pot roast soup is one of the many soups that the Progresso brand carries, with only 150 calories in a single can. The company specializes in canned soups and also sells broths and breadcrumbs. This pot roast soup claims to contain half a cup of vegetables while also being gluten free. Unfortunately, the beef soup is mostly just a broth. Well, so what? One review on the Walmart website writes that the soup is more like a weak broth with a couple tiny chunks of gristly meat that looks like cat food and a few other tiny vegetables. That's not though. It's not even dog food, but you can sell. You can give it to them. You don't want to. It's not that harmful. Anyway, very few. Other reviews back this claim up. Nothing that this product tries too hard to remain light at. Expensive, good, not. Oh, noting that this product tries too hard to remain light at the expensive but good soup. I read that as nothing. Excuse me, sorry. There are so many canned foods out there, so if you come across the failed attempt at a pot roast soup, we suggest you skip it. So I've read things like that, and then I started reading things like the way people say they are, or when they correct it and don't even realize it until they try to correct it. It's like, oh, never mind then. Or I don't even, I'll spot mistakes too, but I don't know. Anyway, that's a little fact for you. 3. Campbell's Chunky Soup Baked Potato with Steak and Cheese. When you think of good soups, it's hard to forget the iconic red and white can of Campbell's. From chicken noodle to tomato soup, Campbell's has had our backs for over 150 years, according to their website. There's nothing, now it's saying nothing, anyway, that pairs as well with a grilled cheese sandwich on a cold winter day. Yeah, I disagree with that, but anyway. There's so many amazing soups to offer. There are bound to be a few less appetizing options. Campbell's Chunky Soup Baked Potato with Steak and Cheese proves this. Nuh-uh. And if you ever come across it at Walmart, we suggest choosing a different soup. Nope. I'm going to choose it anyway. Because to screw you! In spite of you. How about that? Anyway, while there are some people who claim to be fans of it, the Chunky Soup has a 4.1 out of 5 stars on the Walmart website, which may sound fine at first, but is actually among the lowest rated canned items on online catalog. Many customers complain about the lack of steak and note that it has a poor smell. But we love a good steak with baked potatoes. This canned soup is one of the Campbell's products that doesn't hit the mark for us. Well, I don't care who you are. Ninety more beef stew. During the winter, a hearty beef stew is just what you need to lift your spirits. I kind of disagree with that, but whatever. This warm, filling comfort food is typically packed with beef, carrots, potatoes, and other flavorful ingredients. So what's not to enjoy about it? Well, homemade stew is great. It can take a while if you slowly cook it yourself. So having a canned option is convenient when you can find it. So long as that canned option tastes good. Dinty more beef stew, however, does not fit the description. What a dirt bag. Anyway. Oh yeah, well it does to me. Anyway, while the brand harps that its stew is great with noodles, pies, and biscuits, it might be best to skip this product altogether. A can contains 990 milligrams of sodium, which is 40% of the total sodium. Uh, of the sodium that someone should consume in a day, according to the American Heart Association. This also makes it for a very salty stew, which distracts from the flavor of beef. Not that there's a lot of it to begin with. According to numerous Walmart customer reviews, the recipe for this product has changed, making it less appetizing with much less beef than it used to have. One reviewer even compared it to dog food. If you want a great beef stew, to pair it with potatoes, gravy, it's more worthwhile to make it at home instead of buying this canned product. Number 5. Sweet stewed chicken and dumplings. No, brother. Like many foods on this list, chicken and dumplings are a comforting dish that we'd never pass up on the opportunity to indulge in. It's difficult to mess up such a warm and tender meal, so imagine our excitement when we found a can of sweet and stewed chicken and dumplings at Walmart. This bright blue product is labeled as America's favorite, though we might have to disagree with that claim. With a 3.75 star rating, the product is often mostly untouched in stores. There are plenty of poor reviews for the product on the Walmart website, and the complaints are varied. Some people feel as though the broth is watery and lacks seasoning. One reviewer writes that sweet stews were the worst dumpling I ever had. It was more like soup. Though there are many products, but there are many comfort foods that come from a can. We cannot recommend this product to you. Well, I do. I recommend it, highly recommend it, to spite these people. Anyway, great value chili with beans. Oh, brother, here we go, picking on this. When something has the words great value in the title, the assumption is that you are getting something great for an even greater price. When you add chili to that title, the excitement is palpable. I don't even know how to say the word. There are numerous brands that offer canned chili, so it should come as no surprise that Walmart carries great value chili with beans from their own budget line. While you can get canned beans and chili separately, this product combines both foods into one convenient can. However, while you might think that the price is cheap, unfortunately, the same cannot be said about the taste. It depends. This chili with beans is too spicy, and the proportion of beans to beef is inconsistent, with too much bean and not enough beef. Like many of the canned foods on this list, this product can also be likened to dog food. That's not a word. It doesn't even make sense. Like to dog food. Anyway, to that of dog food. Make more sense anyway. While some people enjoy it, many more don't. And Walmart reviewer is right that this is the worst chili I have ever eaten from a can. It was super bland, and the meat looked like it was broken off from a baking sheet or dry ground beef. Poor tasting chili isn't something you should settle for, so do yourself a favor and don't buy this product. Ha! I'm gonna buy it in spite of you. Old El Paso traditional refried beans. Oh, geez, that's not even hardly a thing anymore anyway. I think since they started taking that off the shelves. Anyway, at least a lot I've seen anyway so far, one of the most well-known canned foods is, of course, canned beans. In Spoon University's list of canned items to help you survive a zombie apocalypse, canned baked beans were among the best options to have in stock. You don't have to limit yourself to baked beans, though, as there are many styles to choose from. Nonetheless, whether you're preparing for an apocalypse or just looking for a decent just looking for decent canned beans, you might want to skip old El Paso traditional refried beans. Content of the can primarily consists of cooked pinto beans and water, with a little spice, chili, pepper, and salt, and other grains. And I don't know about that. Recent Walmart reviews mention a decrease in the quality of the these refried beans. Many speculate. Wait a minute. Many speculate a new recipe is being used, which results in watery beans that aren't suitable for consumption. One reviewer writes, "Tonight I opened a can of old El Paso traditional refried beans and found them to be very watery. I thought it was a bad I thought it was a bad can, so I opened two more, all resulting in the same runny texture. Chemical smell and taste. If a recipe change makes nothing wow. If a recipe change makes nothing taste better, then by all means change it. And in the case of these refried beans, change was not the right solution. Great value French style green beans. Brother, there's a product I wouldn't buy anyway, so look on that one. No Thanksgiving meal is complete without some green vegetables and green beans. Make a perfect pairing, yeah, with turkey and mac and cheese. Now, okay, I don't have mac and cheese on Thanksgiving. If you are hoping to serve canned green beans, steer clear of Great Value French style green beans from Walmart. Once again, this is another Great Value canned product that should be avoided. While this item is certainly cheap at only 50 cents on the store website, even the color of the labeling on the can is off-putting enough to push someone away from these green beans. No, that's not true. Not true. There's a lot we can say about this can of greens, and not only that, it makes us feel green ourselves. The product is a paler green color than fresh products, which is somewhat understandable, but the fact that there is no added salt is also a turnoff. What? While lots of canned products are too salty, the lack of salt makes the beans flavorless. Now, that's not true. One Walmart reviewer writes that these unfortunately are not consistent on taste or texture. If you want great green beans, then Great Value's canned beans are to be avoided. Progresso green split pea soup with bacon. As we move towards the end of this list, we'll come to Progresso's vegetable classic soups. Green split pea with bacon. Split pea is typically a comforting soup that is also super healthy for you. That's crap. Normally made with peas, garlic, and other filling ingredients. Pea soup is incredible as a side or a meal on its own. The addition of bacon would usually make a meal taste 10 times better. Though in the case of Progresso soup, we can't say that it does. While the color of pea soup is already unappealing to many, the pale, swampy green soup shown on this can's label doesn't do it any favors. This soup is a higher rating. Wow, let's just keep on going about it by saying this soup. Anyway, than other Walmart products on this list, with 4.2 out of 5 stars. Regardless, this soup leaves us wanting something else on our plates. Bacon. If a can of soup is going to have brand itself with bacon, then we expect a good amount of bacon in the soup. However, this pea soup barely has any meat in it, and is a lot like a set of split pea soup. Reviews on the Walmart website agree with this sentiment, writing that the peas were hard and there was hardly any bacon. If you're looking for a normal split pea soup, then this will still be a hit or miss. But if you're looking for bacon, you will be disappointed. Not really. That's not true at all. Great Value pear halves. See, this is called misinformation, especially because they're trying to spell it as facts. A lot of this is not facts, people. I had to tell you that, but poached, peeled, or picked right from a tree. Pears are a sweet and juicy fruit that is perfect for desserts, salads, or just as a snack. While not as popular as an apple. This fruit is much softer and milder, yet just as good. Pears are also healthy and contain vitamin A, niacin, and folate, which are useful for skin health, cellular function, and energy production, according to Healthline. This product, however, proves that pears aren't always perfect, especially when they come from a can. That's crap. Great value pear halves from Walmart are skinned pears that look a little like raw chicken. That's not true at all. At first glance, the fruit is covered in heavy syrup, which only adds more sugar to the already sweet fruit. While some people enjoy these pear halves as dessert, other buyers claim that the pears are extremely hard and more like an apple. One buyer even compares the product's hardness to a rock. And while another reviewer on the Walmart website writes, at least two halves were so hard that I could not cut them. I had to toss them. There are other canned pear offerings at Walmart with much higher ratings, such as a product by Del Monte. Oh, brother. But the people just, okay, anyway. If you're looking for a healthy fruit snack, you're better off buying fresh pears than purchasing this product. So, oh god, 11. Okay, we're going on now. Progressional traditional broccoli cheese soup. You may recall one sticking your nose up at the green tree-like broccoli on the side of your toilet. Growing up, you may have begun to appreciate oh, the healthy vegetable. Parents expect you to try with that numerous food possibilities open up, including broccoli soup. This hot and creamy soup is generally served with cheese, making for a deliciously appetizing dinner for even the pickiest of eaters. If you still turn up your nose at Progressive traditional broccoli cheese soup, though, we don't blame you. This canned soup takes everything we disliked about broccoli as kids and turns it into a vegetable and cheese soup. You know. Reviews on the Walmart website are mixed, and many swing in the direction of finding it too watered down, with not enough broccoli or cheese. One review even likes this soup to a warm. I don't like that word. Even says thinks the soup is to a worn sock. Writing, both my wife and I tried a can of this soup. We agreed that there's this overwhelming taste of dirty socks. I tried adding some spices, and it only made it taste like spicy, dirty socks, even though they have quite a few products to be avoided on our list. Progresso still has many delicious soups, so we should just try one of those instead. Wow, Libby's 100% pure canned pumpkin. Are you peckish for a pumpkin pie? Even if it's not autumn, it's hard to deny the incredibly addicting flavor of pumpkin spice latte, or other sweet pumpkin treats. In fact, you could argue the pumpkin craze is a food lover's favorite part about the season. If you're hoping to make the perfect pumpkin pie, then you'll need a pumpkin filling. And if you have your eyes on Libby's 100% pure canned pumpkin, then you might want to take a moment to pause and ponder your pumpkin craze. Lily's canned pumpkin is all pumpkin and contains no preservatives. However, pumpkin why? I don't know. Anyway, this is we unfortunately can't say that it's 100% tasty. That made no sense whatsoever. Okay, with only a 3.9 rating on the Walmart website, it is clear that this canned pumpkins leaves much to be desired by consumers. 1/8 of the product's ratings are one-star reviews, which might not sound like a lot at first. But with almost 900 ratings, that means a good number of customers were unsatisfied with this pumpkin purchase. Consumers claim that the pumpkin is watered down or gritty, and one Walmart reviewer pretty states that the grittiness in the teeth is pretty gross. If you're making something for a holiday dinner, don't use Libby's. What a bunch of crap. Use it anyway. No. I think we're done reading for today. Uh, So, like I said, this is just an opinion and not facts. Misinformation and the fact that you think it's all facts. Some of it's true, some of it's not. So basically, MASH is a bad thing. So buy it anyway. They're all good. You know, I've never cared for beans anyway. I mean, green beans, but I've had green beans. They're not that bad. Not as bad. And, okay, they didn't used to be called Old El Paso. You just call them El Paso. Oh, yeah, fun fact for you. And, chili, right where you, there's nothing wrong with it if you want to use it. I don't hardly use it when I make actually good chili, but if I do, it's pretty good in a can. A lot of things in cans are pretty good, and I have to disagree with this, Dinty Timor beef stew. I've had it, it's pretty good, so the hell with you. Don't lie. See, the thing is, what they don't tell you is it's just their opinion. And what I hate the most is like this, again, it's one of those number one be all that you should absolutely positively listen to more than anybody else, which is crap. Okay? You should follow your own instincts, and again, it depends on what it tastes like to the customer. I should always recommend to you to try it first before you try and get rid of it. Okay? Before you even try to bash any product, it could be bad, in a can. Try it. If you don't like it, then don't buy it again. I mean, try it again anyway after that. Anyhow, there's nothing wrong with trying. You never know until you try. You can never know if you're going to fail until you have tried. You're never going to know if it's going to taste bad just because someone else says it is. That is crap. It just tastes bad to them. Okay? That's their personal opinion, and I respect that. What I don't respect is calling it a fact when it is not. It's not a fact. Okay? Well, it is facts that you've got reviews and whatnot, but it is not a fact that just because they ate it, you shouldn't avoid it. I mean, that you should avoid it. Excuse me. I'm tired. You should avoid it. It is not a fact that you should avoid it. It's more of a fact that you should absolutely, positively, do not avoid these cans. Don't avoid them. That is crap. Okay? I'm not going to read any more today. I might read some more later. I'm going to go ahead and bookmark this for another time because, well, we have already gone over our time limit here. But yeah, pretty much there's that. And I'm going to tell you, that is that. I intend to bring back meme time for Thursdays only. I'm not sure. It was either Thursday or Wednesday I had for another game, but besides Pokemon. But anyway, I guess I'm going to have to start recording these videos one at a time since I've got so much stocked up anyway. But yeah, pretty much, that's the thing. I'm not going to read no more. I'll save it for another video. We've already ran over the time that I allowed it for this thing. And that's that. So, anyway, meme time will be Thursdays. I don't know how often I'll be doing meme time, but I'll try to do it. But I'll be doing mainly Pokemon. I may as well start something else on that day as well. What should I put on that day? Well, I guess I could put on something else over there. I don't know. We'll have to see, because I have to put something else in my library in order to do that. But, well, for now, I already got 3 videos for Monday picked out. There's a surprise for 2 of them. You already know what the first one's going to be. It's going to may always be the main one for Mondays, because that's the main project. Tuesday, I might be switching this around, but this will be something until all the games are done, and then I'll start rearranging it to a perfect schedule. But I definitely need to put Tuesday as update day anyway, so that'll be update day. And there will be 2 other games that'll be coming out that day. Wednesday has another game which you may have already seen. I think that's it. I'm not sure. I'm standing in there. But, yeah, I don't know what else I got on it. It was either that or I don't know. I know that Wednesday has Evian. The main one is Evian. Because it's one of them that I've been wanting to beat and I've been wanting to show for a long, long time. Haven't been able to do it for years now on this channel. And so, I know you barely saw this episode, but this is going to be one of those slower projects because I went over the time variance that I allowed for it because I was reading it all and trying to sum it up for you. Basically, most of it is true, depending on what you're talking about. Like, if you're talking about canned foods and whatnot, I disagree with that. It's just an opinion. And, like, okay, with Walmart being what it is for employees and stuff like that, they think it's all so bad. It's just very worse when you're in retail. I hate to break it to you, but it's not. Okay? It's like basically saying, well, you don't know what the hell you're talking about until you're in retail. No, honey. I can say the same thing about you don't know what the hell you're talking about until you get out here and be a security guard, a manager, or anything else working at a place for storage. But that's not true either. Yeah. The truth is that we all equally deal with it, those who work and know this. Even people that are security guards know the thing. You don't have to be in that position to know, to deal with such people. That's why I tend to try to avoid people, but I try to. Doesn't mean I'm always successful. Because sometimes, and I like it, part of the job is that I have to go out there and, I have to go by them, and it's unfortunate. But, that's just the way people are. It's just the way it is. It's natural. Because, you always got the complainers and those who don't complain. Or if they do, they don't complain like these ones do. There's ones out there that just do it to cause trouble. And there are those that do. But then there are those that aren't, and they know it's true. But anyway, so moving on. I gotta go I will see you all in the next episode. Until then, later.